and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Tom here.
Kimmy here.
We're going to be watching more Attack on Titan. We're watching on Crunchyroll. We're on Season 2, Episode 11, also known as Season 2, Episode 36 on Crunchyroll. Which gets confusing, but I write down the numbers now.
Those numbers hurt my brain.
So we're not looking at the thumbnail or the titles just because they do spoil things.
Maybe that's why the Titans act the way they do, because they can't remember what episode they're in.
Oh, I'm so angry. And then they get all tired too and hibernate apparently, like Ymir. When you saw her backstory.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, big time.
Off topic, but cool shirt here. It's way too big, but this is the only size they had at Walmart.
Wrong show.
I know it's the wrong show, but it's on the anime.
Right.
People say it's on the anime, but it's influenced by.
At least I'm in the right, show. Oh wait, no.
I'm like, no, you're not.
In the abyss.
I love it, but yeah. So they had a big discussion last time. Ymir decided to side with Reiner because it favors her right now, and she took Historia.
I think she has something up her sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Or in her mouth.
Yeah.
Well, in her mouth.
So shall we just get into this episode?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. 2:11, 2:36. Ew. Ew. They're all so freaky. Is that the same one?
That's the one?
It's gotta be the same one, the smiling one.
No!
It just looked like, hi,
Yeah,
remember me?
He has to murder that one. Oh. That was an exciting episode.
That was.
Wow.
So many different opinions on everybody's thoughts of what to do with Eren, what to do with Ymir.
All the sacrifices.
Erwin's still, pressing the attack even though his arm's missing.
Yeah. So
Incredible.
I'm hoping he did survive and he'll come back. Maybe have cool automail or something, a cool mechanical arm.
Wrong show.
Yeah, I know. But
He'll
it shows
survive.
how dedicated he is. How much does that hurt? You're gonna die, and he's like, advance. Keep
Right,
going.
as he's being, hauled away with one arm gone.
He's probably running off of adrenaline, but damn, it's like
just keep going,
It's
giving
incredible.
them encouragement just to keep going.
To put everyone at risk like that, but here the ending credits, I'm sorry, every time I see this, and he's just chewing with the blood, it's just so nasty. But it's just horrific, and here, he made that ultimate sacrifice with everyone else, too, bringing all these Titans just to stop the main Titan, the Armored Titan, which there was probably no other chance, but still, so many more deaths. I'm hoping it was worth doing, because how many people did we just lose in this battle alone?
quite a bit.
Exactly, a lot. And, I'm wondering if Connie's going to let Krista go. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
He was smart that he held on to her.
Well, the way he was talking to Krista, he was kind of putting doubt in her. So I don't know if she's starting to have her own doubts or.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I like Ymir, and I feel bad for her because she's so obsessive with Krista, but we know her more as Krista, right? So, I just don't know how to take that yet. And that's what's so interesting about these characters. They're so complicated. They have different views on things, and they express how they're feeling in certain areas. I like how dramatic it gets, where even though there was a lot of action in this one, there was so much dialogue, learning about the characters again and Ymir's perspective on things, and how selfish she is in a way because she wants to protect Krista, and it's all about Krista to her and nothing else matters. And then I feel bad for her too because she doesn't want to hurt anyone else, but how far will she really go? Because even Krista's saying, well, if you attack right now, you are going to die. And Ymir, instead of being desperate and being like, well, I'm a Titan right now, I could take on whatever, she actually submitted and, kind of hid behind Reiner. So, I don't know. Her to push it this far, I like their bond on how close they are. And Krista's saying, no matter what, I am... your ally, and like you said, no matter what, no matter how much bad you do, I will always be your ally.
But
and it's good they have that camaraderie, but at the same time, it's
I was still
dangerous.
pretty impressed. I was still pretty impressed by Ymir just being able to be fully conscious and poke out of her Titan and have this conversation.
Incredible.
I know she's just hanging on, but still hanging on still takes effort.
Yeah,
exactly.
And when she got really dramatic too, all the muscle stuff is snapping off her face. Yes. So I'm like, okay, well, all those connections are starting to get lost, but she was able to regenerate or something and reconnect and go back in and do the same
and
one.
she was still in control. And
Yeah, that's crazy.
I am impressed with Ymir really confessing to her. Like, yes, I felt, it was for you all along. She does care about her, but it was really for her own good, too.
Yeah.
So that was big of her to do that. And Krista is amazing. She's just full on board being her ally, and she loves her. Mm-hmm. So she's going to do whatever she can for her. But Connie might swear. I don't know.
And I have to say, like, Krista, I am a little wary of her too, because she is she manipulates a lot, and she lies a lot. Like, Ymir knows her so well, like during that flashback in the Snow Mountains, and she's talking about like she told a story that was false about dying or whatever, and she wanted to die out there, and that's why she was taking forever or something. But she's really good at lying, like too good at lying. And here she's trying to protect Ymir by telling everyone else, oh, well, Berthold and Reiner threatened her life, and that's why she has to do this. When no, Ymir's doing this out of her own accord. She wants to do this, and she threatened them at first. Like, if you don't help me do this, I forget how she said it.
Berthold was like, it was the other way around. He threatened us.
So, and she is very, like, passionate about the lie, too. She commits to it to protect her friend, no matter what. So when Sasha's like, oh, she's lying, I don't believe what she's saying. I don't know. It was Sasha, right? It wasn't Hanj there. I think it was Sasha.
No, that was Sasha.
Yeah,
it was Sasha.
And, so I was just like, wow, like, for her to really just stick to her friend. Like she said, we know she's committed to her friend. It just shows that she'll lie and say whatever she needs to protect both of them. So
yeah, it's true.
Which is good and not good for our main group, because,
Now, what do you think about Bernhardt and Reiner? You think that they're being forced to do what they're doing with Aaron? Because it kind of sounds like they're being forced to.
It does sound like it. Yes, I believe that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you think like the Bigfoot Titan is like the mastermind?
I thought when Reiner was yelling out when he was getting attacked and overtaken by all those other Titans, I thought he was calling the Beast Titan. And I'm like, oh, watch him be the leader, because we've seen what he can do. And
could very well be. I thought originally he was just calling them away, like he can control these Titans here and just saying, okay, I don't need you, get away from me, I have my own agenda. But maybe he was calling the Beast Titan.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still puzzled, like we saw, like Ymir or even the Beast Titan gets more power by the moon.
We think.
How about Ymir, but the Beast Titan at least, because he's always out at night. Mm-hmm. But then everybody else seems to be more powered by the sun, and then at night they're a lot slower. So I'm wondering if there's two different types of like clans or factions going on here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
If there's like a war a long time ago or something that now one side controls the other or something like that.
Maybe. I mean,
that would make sense too. Yeah.
Also with the Beast Titan, I mean, when we see the Titans active during the moon, is the Beast Titan always present? Because maybe it's just a correlation with that, where it's actually the Beast Titan. Maybe he gets powerful with the moon. Like he could be a different faction or something.
They always seem to emphasize on the moon when they show the Bigfoot Titan.
Yeah.
And there has been a few instances where you see some of the other Titans. I can't remember exactly if it was Reiner or not, or the Armored Titan, but they focus more on the sun. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think there's something celestial like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe there's like an elemental thing or something that is related to this as well. That we're just seeing too. Maybe there's even more.
See, and I'm thinking that maybe like the Beast Titan. This is just my theory. He made a pact with the humans a long time ago to hide the ones that are controlled by the sun in these walls so that they can't function, and to get rid of his enemies.
Oh, that would be kind of neat. Well, you had a better theory.
And they said that, like, we'll give you peace or something. And then maybe the reason why they busted the wall at the beginning was because maybe with Aaron's father did something that kind of broke their treaty. Mm-hmm. And now that's why they're trying to get Aaron for so bad.
Yeah. That's actually a good theory, too, because honestly, we know there's a conspiracy going on here with the church, and I feel like there had to be a pact somewhere.
Well, you have Titans in the wall. You have the conspiracy with the church, so they're hiding something. They know about the Titans in the wall, so there's a reason why they're in there for, not destroyed.
And they'll protect.
Right, to protect.
Like, yeah, they're willing to sacrifice their lives to protect this ultimate secret. You know, when Hunch had him like dangling over the edge of the wall and he still wouldn't say anything, like that says a lot because you could tell he was a coward too. Like he was very scared, and yet he still did not break. Like that really says something.
Well, and Aaron's father, you know, he has some big information about something to do with these Titans, and Aaron is a link to it.
And he disappeared. Like we don't even know where he went after that.
We don't even know if he's alive still.
Yeah. Right.
You know, so it's.
I'm just guessing, but I'm assuming. I hope.
What if he's the Beast Titan? I mean, what if he's one of the Titans? I mean,
I didn't even think that. You're right. Who knows? I mean, this freaking key, we got to know, but we know that's going to be a big reveal.
We have to, you know, they have to investigate with this priest. They have to get something out of him. He has to. I mean,
what do they do? Like torture him?
Because if he wants them to, you know, stop what they're doing, I mean, he's got to give them something.
Yeah, and
to make them understand.
Thinking of torture, because that's the one thing I was thinking of. Like, how are they going to get it out of him? You know, even dangling him over an edge, like, didn't, you know, do anything. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I was thinking about what Armin said when he was, I guess, bluffing to Krista, saying like, or not to Krista, to Bernholt and Reiner, saying that, well, what about one of your own? You know, you're abandoning Annie, and she's getting tortured even to this moment. But really, I mean, maybe, but she was crystallized before. They couldn't get to her, right? So I think that was just a bluff to really get under their skin. You know, so they get upset.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. So do you think he was telling the truth there, or do you think he was calling their bluff?
I think I don't think I think there might be a little bit of truth to it, because I'm sure that they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on, what the hell they have in their possession. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they're doing some kind of test. Whether or not they're torturing her, I don't know if they would go that far. Mm-hmm. But I mean, define torture. If you're poking and prodding somebody trying to figure out how they are, I mean...
I mean, it sounds pretty bad, too. I mean, even though she'll survive it, most likely, like, okay, well, they're going to make sure they don't kill her, he said, but at the same time, like, she can regrow things and heal, and, you know, but
that's just it.
Away,
I mean,
so this could be an endless torture. Like, that's pretty sick.
Well, I mean, you can punch somebody in the face and they don't turn, but yet she can choose to bite herself or poke herself, and she can turn.
She knows the exact trigger point.
So, I mean, I don't know if maybe they're trying to cut off a finger to see if they can get, figure out how this transformation works.
I think it might be yourself doing it.
Yeah, especially inside the walls.
You have
to have determination and then give yourself the pain to do it.
You have to have the trigger. I think he's telling the truth. He looked so emotional. He looked he actually felt bad.
He looked like Chucky.
He felt bad.
Yeah, he looked really crazy for a second.
He looked like creepy for
I think he was that passionate, and I think with them, with Bernhold saying, yes, this, do you think we want to do this? We have to do this. So I think there is some truth to it, because Armin knows how to get to him, the emotion of, Annie's being tortured here. I really feel that he was being truthful. Mm-hmm. Whether how he knows that or not, I don't know, but he probably just feels that.
He's always into Armin everything.
Seems to, I think Armin knows probably the most information out of everybody there. He probably has a little bit of everything, just this way he can...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he just takes everything in. He takes everything in, and then at the end, he'll say, the most meaningful things. So really
he's so good at that, too. He gets right into it. He knows exactly what to say, no time wasted, and that's what they need,
And
the best way... I mean, the best way to slow somebody down is to really, piss them off. Yeah. Especially when they're not expecting it, it's... Mm-hmm. And you need to do some quick thinking, so, I mean... Who knows if it's true or not? I mean, it very well could be. I mean, she is in their possession, and they want to figure out what the hell is going on with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I have to talk about Mikasa, because I really enjoy her character, and I think she's amazing. She's so professional in a way. Like
she's really a little thinner in this episode.
You thinner? Oh, because the squeezing. I'm like, oh, you noticed that with the animation? But yeah, I mean, she is incredible, but like I got nervous with her here because she has been very obsessive, and I know she really cares for Aaron, but to really go that far where everything, like nothing else matters.
She's starting to zone out other people.
Yeah, like that's not good either, because that's going a little crazy, I think, too, where I know he's your family. I think she really loves him. In one way or the other, but she doesn't focus on anything else but that. And then when she's talking to Bernholt and to Reiner, like, I'm going to do this no matter what. I'm going to kill you. However she said it, but she was like, telling them that she's going to take a life, no problem, to get Aaron back. And then that really hit Bernholt hard because he finally confessed. He got so upset that he just said, you think we do this by choice? Like, you're saying you're going to do this by choice. We don't have a choice to do this. Which, again, kind of, I think is a contradiction, too, because... I don't know, but there's just so much we still don't know because they did murder a ton of people doing what they were doing.
Well, I was going to say, because, remember the little episode we saw with Reiner before, how he was struggling with, him being Reiner or the Armor Titan?
Yeah.
It was kind of confusing his emotions. Mm-hmm. So maybe Bernholt was having that same kind of moment where he does feel for his comrades, but it's not who he really is.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But Mikasa, when she was getting very dark there for a while, she was also pretty much telling Krista, "Are you going to be in my way too? Do I have to make an example of you too?"
Yeah, she did say that. Yeah.
It was kind of like, whoa, hey,
I know she
Krista's just trying to save
a little. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like she's trying to save her friend. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but
you're both trying to save your friends here. Like, you gotta, she's getting too distant from compassion and only cares about Aaron, and that's not good.
Yeah, and she's such a great soldier, but she's just so, if you're tunnel vision as a leader of sorts, you can't just focus on one thing. You have to really think about the deeper layers of what's going on.
Well, I think that's kind of how she got a little in trouble in this episode, where she almost got crushed because she was so zoned in on Aaron
she
that
wasn't paying attention.
She wasn't paying attention to the Titan behind her.
Yeah, that, and I think, like, the way that Bernholt and Reiner are, and we're learning more about their past, sort of, that they're conflicted majorly. And here she's, like, not taunting them, kind of, but she's just so aggressive that it's just going to their bad side more. Like, it's triggering them more in a bad way. And I'm like, that whole discussion there could have gone different. I don't know. Like, I don't think they would have solved anything there, but it could have gone better. Where maybe they could have figured something out. I don't know. Hey, yeah, okay, you take Aaron back. I mean,
it is kind of good for them to hear and see what their comrades, how each one of them is feeling. And with Mikasa,
that was cool having them all there.
It was good to have Mikasa's, put it in their face. Hey, you're terrible. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm ready to kill you guys to get Aaron back.
So it is kind of good that,
make your choice.
Right. Mm-hmm. That they, even though they're saying that they have to do this, that they're hearing and they're seeing the repercussions that might happen down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it was Armin who made a comment about that. He's like, crap, I can't remember the exact quote he said, but something along the lines of, if you don't defy your orders, then how does that define you as a person, or how do you make change? I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact quote, but it was, if you just do what you're told, then then nothing's going to change. But if you try to fight back, so I guess he was trying to persuade them to change their mind.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which if you can get them to change their mind, that'd be a huge plus on their side.
I know. I hope that they can finally have a discussion. Unfortunately, Mikasa can't be there, though. She can't be part of the conversation because as long as Aaron's okay, maybe it'll be better. But
she's just give it
that's
back
all
or
she wants to make
lose
sure.
a finger.
Yeah.
And speaking of Aaron, I mean, he didn't say much at anything at all, but his eyes said so much.
Yeah, that's true.
His eyes were just like
the whole time,
like, so telling,
Yeah, and he was like, you could hear like he's trying to say something. That is true, and like him even looking at Mikasa and being like, "Holy crap!" And like I think he was like all desperate because he knew that she wasn't paying attention to the Titan behind her. Mm-hmm. But he
was trying to tell her about that. He's trying to warn her about that.
So I hope he does if things calm down. I don't know, but he can have a discussion with her and be like, you can't do stuff like that. Like, what the heck?
Get this gag off me. I gotta talk to you.
I know. And he has no arms, or they're slowly growing back. So, oh god, the poor guy. But yeah, so it was just still really intense with him, like not even saying a word.
Mm-hmm. It was
pretty crazy. Good episode though. I mean, and just having Ymira on Reiner's back the entire time, like it's just crazy seeing Titans working together, kind of. Just still. A new concept.
I'm still impressed with the fact that she was able to leave her body a little bit
and then go back into the same one. I thought she'd have to go into a new one and not that quick, But anyways, guys, we love you and we can't wait to watch the next episode. That's right. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys. Please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Woo.